Good morning, Inklings. My name's Bianca and welcome back to my channel. I honestly can't believe that it's May already and there are 3 readathons that I want to participate in, along with 2 kind of other videos that I want to make, but I don't want to mention it in this TBR. So what I'm mentioning here is not my entire TBR. Hopefully I can film those videos at the beginning of the month and get them out quite quickly so that I can focus on my readathons at the end of the month. Okay, but basically I want to be participating in the Asian Readathon, Believathon, and the Medievelathon. But I've only made a TBR for Asian Readathon and Believathon because that's quite a lot already, and I do want to complete both of these. They're the ones I've been the most excited for, and I only heard about Medievelathon last month, so I kind of just added it in there for if I have the time, and maybe I can match some of the books that I've already read during the rest of the month to Medievelathon. So we'll see when it comes to that. But let's get into Asian Readathon first. Okay, for those of you who don't know, Asian Readathon is hosted by Read with Cindy, which I will link her announcement video for this down below. So for the entire Asian Readathon, there is an extra goal to have every book that you read be by a different kind of Asian author. So if you read Chinese for one, then you can't read another book by a Chinese author. So you have to switch it up for every prompt. So for the first prompt of just a book by an Asian author, I went with The Kingdom of Back, which is by Marie Lu, who is Chinese. I've been wanting to read this for a while. It's been on my radar. It looks really cool. I love reading books about music and magical worlds, and this seems like it might be both. I've seen this book in everybody's either Owlcrate or Fairy Loot unboxing, one of the two. Can't remember anymore. I've been watching and seeing so many of them, but it's in one of those 2 boxes, and it looks right up my alley, and I really loved Warcross by Marie Lu, so I'm hoping I will love this one just as much. Okay, then the next prompt is a book with a character that you can relate to in some way. And for this one, I went with Inside Out and Back Again, which is by a Vietnamese author, and it's middle grade. And I can relate to this because I think it said that the main character has moved to a different place. I think she moved to America and has been struggling to fit in there. And I've moved around so many times, so I can definitely relate to that new feeling in a country or a school or anything. I've done it all. So quite excited for that one. Then for a character that you cannot relate to, so for this one I went with Norwegian Wood, which is by a Japanese author, and I can't relate to the main character because I kind of skimmed the blurb and I think it's about a boy. The main character is a boy, and obviously I can't really relate to that. Then a book recommended by an Asian author, and for this I'm going with Pachinko, which is by a Korean author, and Chloe from Books with Chloe, she has read this. I saw it on Goodreads that she read it, so I'm gonna take that as a recommendation. She gave it quite high ratings, so I'm just gonna go with that because Pachinko has been on my list for a while, and it's also a book that was chosen by our shared shelf. Then for the last book and prompt, they're doing a read-along for Little Fires Everywhere, but I will not be participating in this because I read Little Fires Everywhere in April for my owls, and I loved it, and I've been watching the show. They're also doing a watch-along, but I'm not going to be doing that because it's too soon to reread and rewatch that, and I have so many other things that I want to read as well. But having said that, instead of doing that, I might read Everything I Never Told You, which is by Celeste Ng as well. It was her debut as far as I know, and I really did enjoy her writing, so I might read her other book instead. Okay, that's all for Asian Readathon. Then for Believathon, this is so cool. This is hosted by Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin. I'll link his announcement video as well. This is so cute. I did not participate in the first Believathon. This is Believathon II. I think the last one was in, I think, November. Can't remember. I was just a bit too busy to participate, but for this one it's really cool. He's created like a whole entire booklet and a map, and it's super cute. Do yourself a favor and go check it out. Even if you're not going to be participating, it is the cutest thing ever. And you kind of have to pick a path, so at each location you have a couple of options of which path to choose. So my path is like this. I'm going to start out at the Poacher's Pocket Inn, which was from a book I just read. I read A Sprinkle of Sorcery and absolutely loved it. So it's really cool that we're starting out there. And for this one you have to read a book that's first in the series, and for this I'm going to go with Nevermore because literally everyone has been raving about this book, and they say that if you love Harry Potter you will love Nevermore, and I'm a huge Potterhead, so I'm gonna try this one out. Then after that I'm gonna go to Baba Yaga's house, and I'm actually going to read the book that inspired this prompt. I'm going to read The House with Chicken Legs because this has been on my TBR for a hot minute, and I quite really enjoy Russian folklore, so I'm interested to read a middle grade about it. I love Baba Yaga. I don't know if any of you guys have watched Anastasia and Bartok the Magnificent, but she is in Bartok the Magnificent, and those are two of my all-time favorite movies, and I think they're highly underrated because they're not by Disney, so go watch them if you can find them somewhere. Then after Baba Yaga's house we're moving along to the Mermaid Lagoon. And for this one, the prompt is a book with a female bond. And I kind of search for books about sisters, I think, because that's a female bond. And I came across Love, Sugar, Magic, which looks super cute as well. So hopefully I enjoy that one. I don't know that much about it, but it looks really, really cute and sweet. After the Mermaid Lagoon, we are going to the Black Ice Bridge. And for this one, I had a different pick. We have to pick a book with an expedition or an adventure, but I think I'm going to go with Arusha and I think The End of Time. This is also a pick for the Myth Take book club, which I kind of really want to join. So I'm pretty sure there's an adventure of some sort in that book. I don't actually really know, but I'm picking it for this prompt anyway. Then lastly, we get to our destination, the Bookkeeper's Stronghold, and you have to read the next book in the series, and I'm going to read Wondersmith, which is the sequel to Nevermore. So there we go. This was my TBR for Asian Readathon and Believathon. I will include all of the other books that I end up reading in my wrap-up at the end of the month. I really hope I can stick to this because I do really, really want to read all of these books and I'm very excited to read them. I'm gonna try have like a specific week where I do the Asian Readathon, and then obviously the Believathon is not the whole month, so that'll be okay. But I think with month-long readathons I get very antsy, especially after the first week. I'm okay with my TBR for 1 week, and then I start getting like no, can't stick to it anymore. So we're gonna try figure something out this month. And that is that. Wish me luck. This is 10 books so far, not counting my 2 other videos that I am planning to make. So it's gonna be a lot, but I think I can do it. I've been reading a lot because I've been at home. I just need to stick to my TBR. Gonna challenge myself. We can do it. Okay. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you all, and keep thinking, Inklings. I'll see you next time. Bye!